Here across the Ozarks. This morning now looking quiet. We have had just a few light flurries passing by parts of the area right over Greene County into Webster County and maybe back over closer to I-49, a flurry or two, but most are dry and certainly no more accumulation expected from snow. Lows this morning in the teens to low 20s, hitting 15 here in Springfield, which would be a new record low for us. And we've only warmed up just a little bit more to 17 here in Springfield, 17 in Mountain Grove. 21 in Branson, 24 in Harrison and West Plains right now. Winds from the northwest gusting about 20 to 30 miles an hour right now. Still making it feel like the single digits to low teens. Bundle up today, feeling more winter-like again with temperatures in the upper 20s to a few low 30s this afternoon, but feels like temperatures staying in the teens all afternoon and into the overnight hours tonight. Highs today for most around 28 to about 32 degrees, a spot or two maybe in the mid-30s in northern Arkansas. We'll talk about 80s in the forecast this week, though, coming up soon. To low 30s, well below average for this time of year by around 4. Once again, some spots staying below freezing for the day today. Evening temperatures at 8, still in the mid to upper 20s. And then overnight lows tonight back in the teens to maybe a few low 20s, waking up again Tuesday morning. It's a cold morning, and tomorrow afternoon is also going to be on the cooler side, but it'll feel a lot better than today. Winds have been a bit breezy, still gusting about 30 miles an hour today, coming in from the northwest, making it feel even colder like the teens this afternoon. But the good news is overnight tonight, winds really die down and winds will be pretty light. I'd say out the door tomorrow morning, a little bit lighter over towards Houston and West Plains than what this model here shows. But then picking back up again a little bit more in the afternoon. Coming in from the southwest, some gusts may be around 20, 25, isolated 30 maybe in the evening will be possible, but most will see pretty mild winds for the day tomorrow. Temperatures warming up, upper 40s Tuesday, still well below our average high, 59 degrees, and then jumping into the upper 60s Wednesday, upper 70s Thursday. Plenty of sunshine Wednesday and Thursday as well. There is a small rain chance for just some of you, though, Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Today, though, looking dry this afternoon. Clouds moving on out, clear tonight. And then tomorrow, clouds increasing during the day, becoming mostly cloudy. And then after dark, maybe just a few spotty showers. These are going to be on the lighter side. It will just be rain. Once again, Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Overnight lows will be just a little bit warmer. Still chilly, though, upper 30s, maybe some low 40s. But certainly not looking at snow with this right now. We're continuing to watch really just about a trace of rain. It's not a lot. And then it moves out quickly by sunrise on Wednesday. So over the next 7 days, that's your best chance for rain. We look to stay pretty dry throughout the rest of the week ahead, with our temperatures just being kind of the big change ongoing this week. So today, huge upper level trough continuing to pull in some nice Arctic air. By tomorrow, it gradually works off to the east. We're still very cold, though. And then by Wednesday, like you saw, we warm up again back into the 60s, 70s Thursday and Friday. Upper level ridge taking shape, really situated across mostly the western half of the U.S. But warmer air will be allowed to finally filter back on in. And check it out. Temperatures Friday afternoon. Your highs will be in the 80s. Low 80s for many, maybe even some mid 80s in a spot or two. And then Saturday, gorgeous day, lots of sunshine, feeling very summer-like. You'll wish the pool was open. I think you'll stay shy of 90 degrees in Mountain Home, but certainly the potential for mid-80s for highs, maybe upper 80s in a spot or two, 90s back over in parts of Oklahoma. So we start off spring feeling more like summer, not so much. We did see a few flurries early on this morning. No accumulation, though. Dry now with sunshine. Heading into the afternoon, it was a cold morning. Temperatures in the teens to a few low 20s back down in West Plains. 15 here in Springfield. That actually beat a record low for the day today. Temperatures right now a little warmer, upper teens to mid 20s for many. 20 here in Springfield, 26 57 in West Plains, Harrison, Mountain Home. A little bit warmer for you guys this afternoon. Winds breezy for all of us, though, right now from the northwest, gusting about 20 to 30 miles an hour, almost 35 up in Rolla. A little breezier there. And throughout the day today, wind chills will certainly play a factor. Still feeling like the single digits to teens right now. 6 in Warsaw, 5 is what it feels like in Rolla. Sedalia right now 1 degree is what it feels like. Temperatures today climbing in the upper 20s to low 30s for most, but feeling like the teens for many this afternoon. And then we'll see maybe a few spots like into parts of northern Arkansas trying to climb into the mid 30s for highs. Regardless, everyone well below average for this time of year. And we'll talk about when temperatures flipped completely and we are well above average heading into the weekend. I'll talk more about that coming up soon.
Looking forward to getting rid of that coat. Danielle, thanks so much.
Yeah, just a few flurries falling to start the day off, but now looking dry. Will stay dry into the afternoon and no big problems weather-wise today aside from the cold. Hard to ignore. Temperatures well below average in the upper 20s to a few mid 30s by 4 o'clock. The warmest temperatures likely around Harrison, Mountain Home today. 32 in Branson, 30 in Warsaw this afternoon, and temperatures in the 20s for most by 8. Lows tonight only cooling off into the mid to upper teens, which is well below normal, and it'll feel maybe just a degree or two colder. The good news, though, is winds are going to be a lot lighter tonight compared to today. Winds today still gusting about 30 miles an hour, coming in from the northwest by 5, and then overnight lighter winds. And then tomorrow, winds stay pretty mild through the day. They do begin to pick up a little bit more heading into Tuesday evening. Coming in from the southwest, though, that's going to push in some slightly warmer air tomorrow, and some gusts Tuesday evening, maybe around 20-25 miles an hour. Average highs 59 degrees. We'll sit in the upper 40s only for your Tuesday afternoon. And then back in the 60s and upper 70s by Thursday. Really nice later half to the week ahead. Today, though, it looks nice outside. We have a lot of sunshine this afternoon, and overnight tonight staying clear. Tomorrow, clouds begin to increase during the day, becoming mostly cloudy, and there is the tiniest rain chance Tuesday overnight into early Wednesday morning for really just a light shower, really a sprinkle or two. Not much at all in the way of accumulation, maybe a trace to at most, if you're lucky, 1/10 of an inch, and dry by sunrise on Wednesday. Over the next 7 days, that's your best chance for rain, and really not looking at much at all in the way of accumulation with that. Like I mentioned, a trace, a little bit better chance for some rain, still not a lot back off to our northeast. But the next week ahead features just some pretty dramatic changes in our weather pattern again. Big upper level trough diving off to the south today, bringing us the colder air. Tomorrow still impacting us, but the coldest temperatures to our northeast. And then this upper level trough continues to work its way out of here towards the east northeast, and an upper level ridge, a strong one, builds in over towards the west coast. Now, as we head into the later half of the week, that ridge begins to expand here across the west and parts of the central U.S. This will allow us to finally start pulling in some warmer air, and we're talking about well above average temperatures. Here's a look at Friday afternoon, climbing back into the 80s for highs, low 80s for most. I don't want to rule out maybe some mid 80s here and there. So Friday, gorgeous day. Saturday, going to be kind of a warm, sweaty afternoon for us. We'll be in the mid 80s for highs, maybe some upper 80s in a spot or two. I think 90 might be pushing it in Mountain Home from this model, but regardless, it's going to feel a little bit more like summer for the start of spring. Through the week ahead, though, today, tomorrow on the colder side, the rest of the week, the snow, the rain, the storms, it's on out of our neighborhoods. We are looking at some snow, some rain, severe weather back towards the East Coast right now. A closer look where we've had several severe thunderstorm warnings and even a few tornado warnings stretching back along this line of storms. This is the same line that moved through the Ozarks yesterday. And then on the backside too, looking at a bit of snow, a rare event today in Alabama, where several areas have also seen a little bit of snow today. And we'll continue to look at rain, snow, and very strong winds now back over in the northeast. area of low pressure right about here. You can kind of see that swirl around it, also bringing some snow back towards the Great Lakes area, where they also have some blizzard warnings in place today, highlighted there you see in red, and then winter weather advisories there in purple. Severe weather threat today, level 4, moderate risk for severe storms back over from parts of Washington, D.C. into Virginia, North Carolina this afternoon. And if you're traveling anywhere regionally today, it's just very cold and still breezy. 32 in St. Louis, 42 in Little Rock, a little bit better, and 41 today in Tulsa. Active day weather-wise across the Ozarks, from storms to snow to temperatures plummeting during the day and very strong wind. Here's a look at all of the severe thunderstorm warnings that were issued across the region yesterday, where you can see almost the entire state of Tennessee was included in some form of severe thunderstorm warning, with the exception of back over towards far eastern Tennessee there. In the Ozarks, storms really fired off and became severe closer to Highway 65 and off to the east, with several 5, I believe, tornado warnings here for parts of the Ozarks in County, Texas County, and then parts of northern Howell County, as well as Oregon County here, with more tornado warnings also issued back across to our east, including around St. Louis and towards the Boot Heel. Right now here in the Ozarks, the National Weather Service is going out to survey potential tornado damage today. Currently nothing confirmed, but certainly some damage, and you guys have also sent in pictures of damage that you've had on your properties. And here's a look at some of the reports right now. These kind of home icons you see right here, these are wind damage reports coming in back from Texas County, Howell County, Shannon, Oregon, and even back over towards Douglas and Christian County. Some reports of some damage as well, likely from strong gusty winds. We did have wind gusts yesterday about 40 to 50 miles an hour, and some small hail reported as well. Back over towards Benton and Morgan County, a little bit of wind damage. And as the National Weather Service gets those reports in, of course, we'll let you know of any confirmed tornadoes from yesterday. As we head into the start of the spring season, I'm sure we'll have several more colder days on the horizon heading into spring. But today, certainly a bitterly cold afternoon. Temperatures around to below freezing for highs. Tonight, dropping back into the teens to around 20 in Arkansas. Fortunately, though, winds are on the lighter side tonight. Wind chill won't be a huge factor tomorrow morning. Maybe feeling a degree or two cooler. By tomorrow afternoon, upper 40s. Still below average, and then back in the 60s. A wild start to the week this week with all of the storms we had yesterday, a little bit of snow, and we had a few flurries this morning. But now this afternoon, it looks beautiful outside. We have full sunshine right now. Doesn't feel so great. Actual temperatures currently in the mid to upper 20s, freezing in Harrison, 31 in West Plains, 25 in Warsaw, and only 24 in Rolla. Winds are coming in from the northwest. It has been a breezy day, gusting about 30 miles an hour. So of course that's making it feel colder. Right now we feel like the teens to low 20s if you're lucky. 10 in Rolla, 15 is what it feels like for you in Monette right now. And heading into the evening, actual temperatures staying back in the mid 20s through about 11 o'clock. Clear skies heading into the night tonight, and lows back in the mid to upper teens out the door for many to start Tuesday off. Tomorrow afternoon, warmer than today, still well below average, still a chilly day. We'll be back in the mid to upper 40s for many, a little bit cooler the further northeast you go, back in the upper 30s to low 40s for some spots, and temperatures really warm up for the later half of the week. I'll show you when the 80s are back in your forecast coming up soon. Below average temperatures today, many about 30 degrees below normal. However, later on this week, well above average temperatures return. We'll talk about the 80s in your full 7-day forecast coming up. That great temperatures by 8 o'clock, dropping back in the mid to upper 20s, and we'll continue to see a cold night tonight in the teens to low 20s out the door again tomorrow morning. The difference will be that winds won't be as strong, so wind chills won't play a huge factor tomorrow morning out the door. It's just going to be cold regardless. And then highs tomorrow in the upper 30s in our northeasternmost counties, to maybe even some upper 40s further off to the southwest, like back down towards Harrison, 45 in Monette, 44 over in Stockton. And winds today still very breezy this evening from the northwest, gusting about 20-25 miles an hour still at 7 o'clock, but slowing down tonight, and I think they'll be pretty light tomorrow morning, lighter than what this model shows over in Houston. And then by tomorrow afternoon, they'll start to pick up again, but coming in from the south, so a warmer wind and we'll see temperatures warming up as well, like you just saw for the day tomorrow compared to today. And some gusts tomorrow, maybe in the evening hours, around 20 to 25 miles an hour. Now, by Wednesday, we jump quickly back into the upper 60s, upper 70s on Thursday. 59 is our average high for this time of year. So I don't think we're going to get a day this week where we are close to average, maybe until the start of next week. Now, today into the evening hours, staying clear. Tonight, quiet. Tomorrow, we start off with some sunshine. Clouds increasing, though, during the day, and we become mostly cloudy, and there is a small shower chance tomorrow in the late evening and overnight hours, and it's really just for a sprinkler or two to maybe some very light rain. This is 1 o'clock Wednesday morning, maybe a few showers north of Highway 60. By sunrise, though, the rain's on out of here, and it's not going to be much at all. If you see anything, we're talking about a trace to maybe at most 1/10 of an inch. And this is only just going to be rain, not looking at any winter weather with this. And that's our best chance for rain right now over the next week ahead. Maybe a small chance for some showers by next Monday as well, but nothing widespread or too crazy for us. So our weather pattern features this big upper level trough that's continued to push in cold air today and tomorrow. That trough lifts off to the north and east. We start to warm up on Wednesday, and ridging off to our west keeps them all nice and very warm. And we'll start to pull in some of that warmth heading into the later half of your week, where we are well above average. Friday and Saturday, I think we'll be shy of records, but we will certainly come close to maybe some record highs on Saturday. So Friday, highs should be back in the low 80s for many, maybe a spot or two in the upper 70s, but I think we'll have maybe a few more 80s. And then by Saturday afternoon, mid to upper 80s potentially across the area, some 90s back over in Oklahoma. It is going to be a hot start to spring, feeling more summer-like. Through the week ahead, severe storm warnings issued across the region, and all of these yellow boxes show all of the warnings that were issued on Sunday alone, taking up almost the entire state of Tennessee at almost every square inch. Severe storms really mostly fired off here in the Ozarks, kind of along Highway 65 and back off to the east. We had numerous severe thunderstorms producing 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and we had several tornado warnings. I believe we had about 5 issued for our counties here in the Ozarks, and several more warnings issued back from parts of Illinois over into Kentucky, Tennessee, and certainly into northeastern Arkansas as well. And here's a look at our storm reports over the last now 36 hours. Right now, no confirmed tornadoes. However, the National Weather Service today has been out surveying damage back over across, let's say, parts of Texas County, which saw a tornado warning yesterday, into parts of southern Dent County. So they're out there on the ground looking at the damage, and we could potentially have a couple tornadoes confirmed. And maybe in the next 24 hours we'll have that information. But overall, a decent amount of wind damage, which is indicated by these homes. Hail damage indicated by these little blue circles with hail in them. South central Missouri seeing some of the most wind damage, and that extends back over into Douglas County, Christian County, and then a couple wind damage reports coming in for parts of Benton County and northern central, I should say, Morgan County as well. Quiet weather though after yesterday. Through the week ahead, our temperatures warming up, and for most, a stretch of drier weather. Is still a freeze warning in place tonight in northern Arkansas, so that does include Harrison, Mountain Home, and Fulton County. So once again, very cold night. Everyone though is looking at well below freezing temperatures, back in the mid to upper teens out the door waking up. Good news is lighter winds tonight, so wind chill's not going to play a huge factor in the morning. Tomorrow we warm up just a bit compared to today. We'll be in the upper 30s to some upper 40s by around 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then a bigger warm up on the way heading into the weekend. I'll talk more about when the 80s return and your next chance for rain coming up on KY3 News at end of the week.
Yes.
I see you.
Yeah.
It was certainly a cold morning today, where we actually had a record low this morning here in Springfield at 15 degrees. Tonight is still a very cold night. Highs today, no records broken. Not the coldest March 16th by far, but still a very cold day. Upper 20s to low 30s only for highs this afternoon. And that's actually where we sit still right now. Winds have been a bit breezy, gusting on average about 20 to 30 miles an hour. Feeling like the teens to low 20s currently, and over the next few hours we'll drop back slowly into the low 20s by around 2 o'clock in the morning with clear skies, and temperatures back in the mid to upper teens for most again tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow afternoon a little bit warmer but still well below average. I'll talk about when well above average temperatures return coming up soon.
All right, Danielle.
Winter certainly really had its grip on us. We've had a lot of sunshine though, so it looks nice outside, but temperatures today just well below average, and big coat weather today, tonight, and tomorrow also still on the chilly side at least. By 8 o'clock, we're in the mid to upper 20s. Lows tonight in the mid to upper teens. Maybe not as cold, or at least it won't feel as cold as this morning thanks to lighter winds. And then tomorrow afternoon, we'll be back in the upper 30s in our northeastern cities, to some upper 40s further off to the south and to the southwest. Now, winds, like I mentioned, not as breezy tomorrow. Still, though, we have a couple more hours with some gusts about 20 to maybe up to 30 miles an hour. And then overnight becoming a bit lighter, and will stay pretty light tomorrow morning. Certainly lighter over towards Houston than what this model here shows. And then tomorrow afternoon picking up again, winds sustained about 10 to 20 miles an hour. Some gusts maybe up to 25, but this time from the southwest, so it will be a slightly warmer wind, at least helping push in some warmer air. And temperatures tomorrow afternoon warmer than today. Big warm up though Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday and Saturday as well. Well above our average high of 59 degrees. Tonight we have clear skies and will stay dry. Tomorrow early morning starting off with some sunshine. In the afternoon though, cloud cover moves on in and thickens up, and there is a small shower chance Tuesday overnight into Wednesday morning. I think this is just some rain, and it's really not much at all. I'd say some sprinkles to a very light shower. Then we're certainly dry by sunrise on Wednesday. Rain total wise with that, it's only about 1/10 of an inch or less if you see anything at all. So over the next 7 days, most will actually stay pretty dry through the week as well. There is the tiniest rain chance as well, maybe next Monday, but until then, looking pretty dry, and we have a lot of sunshine this week to look forward to. So a big upper level trough swinging through the eastern half of the U.S. has brought winter back. Arctic air hanging around today, tomorrow. This trough continues to work its way off to the east and glides a little bit further off to the north, and an upper level ridge back over towards the Rockies, keeping them very warm by the middle of the week. Well, as this ridge expands and that trough moves off further to the east, we start to pull in some warmer air from the west, and temperatures soar heading into the weekend. Check out your Friday. Temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s for highs, and then on Saturday I think we'll be in the mid to upper 80s for highs in the afternoon, maybe approaching records in some spots. So a very warm weekend ahead. Sunday still looking toasty, upper 70s, some low 80s before we cool back off closer to average. Nothing cool about 61 really. It's right around normal by Monday of next week. Just won't be the 80s, and we'll see overnight lows. The coldest tonight, still chilly Wednesday morning, and then well above average again heading into the weekend too.
Okay.
When talking about radar, a target is anything the radar scans. True or false?
You know, my gut tells me it's true. It feels too easy though, so hopefully it is true.
And you were correct.
Oh, good.
True.
I was like, this seems obvious to me.
Yep.
Okay. Next, the legislation up for debate this week that could drastically change the way we vote. To get through this little last blast of winter.
Yeah, it's another cold night tonight. Warm weather on the horizon. There is a freeze warning for tonight in northern Arkansas. For all of us highlighted in purple you see there. For some, the growing season has started to begin. Not necessarily for us here in Missouri quite yet, but certainly with the hard freeze over the last 2 nights, unfortunately, a lot of sensitive plants are not going to survive. Tomorrow, temperatures above freezing though, upper 30s to upper 40s, below our average high of 59 degrees, and then 60s Wednesday, 70s Thursday, and man, what a beautiful weekend ahead. 80s, well above average for the start of spring.
I see spring. It's out there.
I see summer.
You see summer. All right. Thanks for watching KY3 News.